Hi, I'm Max Cairnduff. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of DWP. If I describe the Procurement Act 2023 in one word, it'd probably be exciting. Although for a special kind of, work-related sense of exciting. I don't mean like kind of, going to the movies or seeing Formula One or something. It's the biggest shake-up in government procurement in decades. It's new, more flexible, more ability to shape procurements and how we buy stuff so that we actually really deliver what programs and policymakers want, and that means hopefully then better outcomes for citizens. So it's a great opportunity for commercials to do more and have, I think, a better impact. So I think the e-learning offer the GCF's put forward is actually very good. I've started on that path myself, and of course a lot of my team are well along it. It's flexible, it's bite-sized, it's pretty comprehensive, it's staged for different levels of expertise. So if you just need a basic kind of dip, you get that. If you need to be really expert, it can kind of take you on that journey. It's possible to stage it over time, which is really handy because everyone's got obviously work pressures. So I think it's pretty useful actually. There's a couple of times. So in Thames Tideway Tunnel I worked on, this is before I joined government, and that was DEFRA working with Ofwat, working with private sector lawyers, then also of course with Thames Water, but also with financial advisors and lawyers and a whole group of people to create kind of a first-of-a-kind investment package which took the risk of a major construction project, a 7-year build programme right under London, and turned it into the risk profile of a utilities investment, which, I don't want to get too technical on it, but that's actually a really hard thing to do. And it was only possible because all those people from different disciplines came together and brought their different skills and expertise, and Ofwat with that regulatory insight, and DEFRA with their deep knowledge, but also the lawyers were structuring it, and people like, it was then Partnerships UK, it's a different entity now, with their deep knowledge of banking structures and how that works. That was really, really powerful. And it was the kind of thing that the private sector couldn't have done on its own, because it was a level of risk and innovation that needed government investment. So currently for me, one of the biggest challenges, of course, is transforming public procurement, TPP. And that's a really interesting one because it's a huge opportunity for us, but it's also a big training challenge and challenge of new ways of working. And it's a bit quixotic because one of the things with it is the most experienced people in my team, of course, are the ones most used to working under the old rules, the old regime. So the learning journey is actually greatest in a funny way for those who are already the most expert. So that's going to be a really interesting journey for all of us, I think. The reason I support communities of practice is it just makes things better. It doesn't make sense for us to invent everything in our own backyard and then apply it ourselves and let someone else reinvent it in their territory and then they apply that. It makes much more sense for us to come together, share knowledge, share insights, get a bit of best practice from each other, and also share where we didn't get it quite so right. And centres of excellence, communities of practice, they really help do that and just join things up. My message to all the people out there looking at the Procurement Act would be, firstly, don't be nervous of it. It's just regulations at the end of the day. It's nothing you've not done before. They're just slightly different ones. But also get stuck in, because there's a chance here to do stuff you've always wanted to do that maybe the previous regs were a little bit too inflexible for and didn't always help you with. So, go there, have an explore, see what you think about doing, talk to the business and see what they want to do. And, be a bit brave with it. After the Act is implemented, what I'd like to see happening is people to really take advantage of it. One of the biggest risks here is that when you've got a more flexible regime, you can just repeat what you did before within the boundaries of greater flexibility, but not actually use it. So what I want to see happen is people go out there, engage with their departments, with policymakers, and say, what would you like to achieve from this? And then use the new regs to try and get to that goal.